Welcome to FIA Pure Motorsport. On this week's episode, we're searching for the next big FIA rally star. We'll show you the highlights of the beautiful Rally Kenya, and we'll be electrified by the Eco Rally Cup Valenciana, and of course, much, much more from the FIA World of Motorsport. The FIA Rally Star is a global talent detection program organized by the FIA and its clubs.
FIA Rally Star is a program aimed at ASNs as much as it is young drivers. So ASNs are our national clubs in countries around the world. And we want to support these clubs to grow rally as a sport. And this is a way that they can select local talent.
The FIA Rally Star European Final at the Estering Rallycross track in Buxtehude, Northern Germany is the first of 6 FIA Rally Star Continental Finals taking place in 2022.
There were more than 5,000 at the start of the program, and now we have 90 young people coming from 22 countries, and they just chase the dream to become one day World Rally Champion.
Up for grabs at the Estering is a place as Europe's representative in the 2023 FIA Rally Star training season, which includes 6 rallies in an M Sport Ford Fiesta Rally 3, plus physical and mental assessment, driver coaching, and testing.
Yeah, I think it's a chance you get once in a lifetime. I remember very well back at my time, I was participating in the same selection in Belgium, and it changed my life.
Well, it is the best opportunity I've ever seen come up, and it's the best opportunity probably ever, and it's something that we've always dreamed of, and to actually be part of the process is incredible, so I'm just honoured to be here, really.
Just to be here is a fantastic victory, so just continue driving and enjoy the time.
We're down to last 32. It's amazing to see the camaraderie and the fact that everybody's getting on well together, and that they're all learning from this experience and enjoying the experience here in Germany.
So I think the biggest challenge with the cross kart here is that they are it's a very nervous car to drive, very powerful, so it's a tricky car to drive on a tricky, slippery track. Buxtehude is very demanding, and we know this from years in rallycross, but I think also it tells us, who has this good natural car control, so it's really interesting to stand and look at them.
It's quite cool actually that everyone's come together, and especially 14 females as well. It's nice to see some more girls coming through.
It's quite fun to meet new people, new guys. It's great.
I didn't know any of them, and now you get in touch and speak to each other, and after this event I know so many new people, and I'm sure we stay in contact.
Well, these 12 drivers who have made it through, wow, it's incredible. They are all truly winners, and they should all be very, very proud.
I've got the pleasure of being the chairman of the judging panel. It's a big responsibility, so we're looking for several things. First and foremost, speed. Drivers have to show speed, but also determination, attitude, and the way they generally portray themselves.
We want somebody who has the speed, who has the talent, like a raw diamond, which you can form later. And he needs the necessary motivation for that as well. But we have seen very talented drivers. They all deserve to be here, but at the end there can be only one winner.
Very good first event, and I hope this is just the start for something new and something that will continue for a long time.
To be in this atmosphere, to see the reality of what it is to be here, and also feel the pressure. They need to deliver good driving, they need to deliver with media, they need to deliver, to be on time with all the preparations and everything. So it's a big step for the future to go the whole way.
A lucky guy who has won the European final shootout, which is Romet Jürgensen.
Yeah, I mean, such a big surprise because in the end to win this kind of competition is something special, of course.
Maja Hallenfellnius of Sweden won the Women's Award. The 19-year-old will progress to the Women's World Final in North America later this year. Rally sport is very popular in Africa because for rallying you just need a gravel road. And in Africa you don't have to look far to find a perfect gravel road. And the FIA African Rally Championship is the most important rally series. For 41 years it's allowed rally pilots to live their passion. Pilots like Guy Botterill from South Africa, Leroy Gomez from Zambia, three-time champion Manvir Baryan, and last year's ARC champion Carl Tundo from Kenya. The continent's best drivers compete in Africa's most important motorsport event. That's what makes the African Rally Championship. For African rally teams, it's like the Olympic Games or the Football World Cup.
The ARC is a real prestigious event. It's phenomenal to take part in it. It's a very difficult event to take part in because it spans the whole of Africa.
This year, the FIA African Rally Championship presents itself again in full size and diversity. There are 7 stops all over the continent. Rallies are in the Ivory Coast, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Zambia, and South Africa. Africa is not only a big continent, but also the most diverse continent in the world. Its 11.7 million square miles of land is rich in biodiversity, featuring forests, woodlands, savannas, grasslands, and desert.
South Africa, you're driving the forests. Then again, you go to Zambia, you're driving on farms.
Every country has a different type of terrain, and each terrain has its own unique challenges.
But there is one thing all rallies have in common.
So what makes the African Rally Championship incredibly tough is mainly the climate and the road conditions. The roads are incredibly tough. They're much rougher than what happens in Europe.
So you have a lot more challenges on things that could potentially damage your vehicles.
The road's always rougher, climate's more extreme. So it's always a challenge on both the driver and the car.
It's not only these challenges that help you grow as a driver, but also the competition.
I always say this, if you compete with the best, you become better. When you go to different countries, you get exposed to some brilliant drivers in other countries.
But the variety of countries is not only presenting challenges, it's rewarding the drivers with unforgettable experiences.
You know, the people on each event, every country that we meet new people, new characters, new friends for life. And the culture and the food and the experience of each country. Africa is a beautiful place.
And the FIA African Rally Championship is one of the most beautiful and toughest rally series in the world. Just 5 weeks after the season-opening Rally Bandama of the Ivory Coast, the second round of the FIA African Rally Championship gets underway in Kenya. For the second year running, the ARC Equator Rally will serve as a dry run for the WRC Safari Rally, which is slated for June. The field of participants has it all. Following their victory in the Ivory Coast Bandama Rally, the Zambian couple of Leroy Gomez and his wife Ursala are trying to extend their lead in the overall standings. Their biggest competitors come from Kenya. Current Kenya National Rally Championships leader Karan Patel, number 3, knows this route inside and out. FIA Young Star Program driver and junior WRC driver McRae Kimati will be out to display the skills and tactics he learned in his stint in Europe after making history as the first Kenyan to ever complete a rally on snow at the WRC Rally Sweden in February. Last but not least, an all-women crew of Maxine Wahome and navigator Safina Khan. Ahead of the teams lie 2 legs of 185.32 kilometers of driving. Leg 1 is dominated by Karan Patel. In his Ford Fiesta 5, he is virtually untouchable in the opening loop, which revolved around the expansive wildlife conservancy in Soisambu. Karan wins 4 out of the 6 stages, but has problems with the drive shaft on the last 2.
We have a broken drive shaft, so we're rear-wheel drive only, so it's just we're losing time as we go, but we are lucky it happened towards the end.
His biggest rival, Leroy Gomez, tries everything but has to settle for 5th place after leg 1.
I mean, look, Karen's at another level, but we've managed to keep it. We had a flat tire, so we lost a lot of time. But at least I think we're hoping we pull some time back in this stage into the guys in front of us. Karen's run away, so we're just trying to see if we can get back onto the podium.
Junior WRC star McRae Kimati damages his sump guard a few kilometers into the 2nd stage and falls back to 9th place in the standings. Yasmeet Chana in his Mitsubishi Evo X shows good speed and finishes the day in 3rd position. But the big surprise in Kenya, Jeremy Wahome in his Ford Fiesta Rally 3, who moves up to the 2nd position. Karan Patel leads with 37 seconds ahead of Jeremy Wahome and already is a minute 30 ahead of Yasmeet Chana. On the last day, it's Leroy Gomez who is in attack mode. He finishes special stage 7 in 2nd place and has the fastest time on the last special stage to push Yasmeet Chana out of 2nd place. The first podium placing for the Zambian in Kenya. Yasmeet Chana benefits from a mistake made by Jeremy Wahome to steer his Mitsubishi to a 3rd place finish, an ARC career best result for the Kenyan. The unlucky Jeremy Wahome in his Ford Fiesta Rally 3 was on his way to finishing 2nd overall, but had to settle for 4th place. But nobody can stop his fellow Kenyan Karan Patel. The 30-year-old and co-pilot Tusif Khan in their Fiesta Rally 2 triumph by a comfortable margin of 3 minutes 13 seconds and win for the first time an ARC round. Two Kenyan teams on the podium and a great 2nd place finish for Leroy Gomez, who extends his lead in the African Rally Championship overall standings.
Very used to smooth roads in Zambia, so we had to get our minds calibrated, reprogram and map the brain for the Kenyan terrain. But it's a nice challenge. It really pulls out the best of you as a driver. You have to be more thoughtful about what you do.
We have X amount of time, a gap between us and the person behind us, so we just thought that it being a safari and anything can crop up at any time, so we're just taking care of the car, minimizing the wear and tear, and at the same time making sure that we're not too slow.
The opening of the FIA European Hill Climb Championship took place in France. And judging by the 48 drivers registered for the international part of the Saint-Jean-de-Garcol-Saint-Pierre Hill Climb, a record for the event since it became part of the European Championship, the 2022 season is shaping up to be an exciting one. Italian Christian Merli and Austrian Karl Schagerl confirm both their status as favorites and their intentions to win the European crown at the end of the season. In Category 2, Christian Merli never left any doubt about his ability to dominate. The Italian celebrated a landslide victory by winning by over 7 seconds in front of Frenchman Billy Ritchen. Carl Schagerl won Category 1 in his Bergmünster VW Golf Rally with around 700 horsepower. In his Lamborghini Huracan, Frenchman Ronald Garcas had to settle for second place. The second round of the FIA European Rally Championship ended in dramatic fashion. Efren Lorena claimed a sensational victory at the Azores Rally after stealing the top spot from hometown hero Ricardo Moura on the very last stage. Moura appeared to be on course for a repeat of his 2016 victory, having led from the very first stage in his Skoda Fabia Rally. The Azorean looked comfortable on the stages but came under increasing pressure. Lorena put in the drive of his life. He set a pace that was more than 1 second per kilometer faster than Moura's, overturning the local star's lead in dramatic fashion to emerge after 214 kilometers, just 2.7 seconds clear at the finish. Young Austrian Simon Wagner finished 28 seconds behind Moura in third place. Italian driver Andrea Kimi Antonelli celebrated a pair of wins at the season opener in the ADAC Formula 4 in Spa-Francorchamps, Belgium. At the Formula 1 circuit in the Ardennes, the 15-year-old benefited from 2 pole positions and proved to be unbeatable on the first day. His biggest rival is also driving for the Prima Racing team. Rookie Rafael Camara had a great first weekend in Formula 4. In the first 2 races, he finished behind Antonelli in second place, but in the last race of the weekend, the 16-year-old Brazilian celebrated his maiden victory in ADAC Formula 4. Camara presented the Prima Racing team with its 3rd victory at the season opener. After the first race weekend, Antonelli leads the championship with 62 points, just 1 point ahead of Camara. Also, the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine started into the new season in Monza, Italy. The first race weekend was affected by the weather, but the heavy rain didn't scare Dino Beganovic. The Swedish racer had the lights to flag victory. Paul Aron achieved the same feat in the second race. The Estonian driver started from the pole position after setting the fastest lap in qualifying and gradually built up a strong lead over teammate Dino Beganovic, who finished second to make it a stunning 1-2 finish for Prima Racing. A very successful start into the new season for the Prima Racing team. Championships for vehicles with alternative drives are becoming increasingly important in motorsports. This also includes the FIA Eco Rally Cup. This cup is entirely devoted to electric vehicles running in regularity events. Anyone can take part who owns an unmodified car that is registered for the road. And that's what makes the event so popular. The number of participants is increasing. There are more events and they're getting bigger. This year there are 8 events including rallies in Spain, Portugal, Iceland, and Monaco.
It's nice places, nice stories, nice people. On one hand, we are rivals, yeah, of course. But on the second hand, we are friends. So we meet on each race, we like each other, good company.
And with modern e-cars and a good charging station infrastructure, getting to the events is no problem these days.
We go for the rallies, e-rallies through all Europe, 8 races in Spain. We are from Czech Republic. We were to Bilbao, to Valenciana with electric cars. It's 2,000 kilometers there. There is the race and 2,000 kilometers back.
Once the teams are in the competition, it's all about winning. Of course, but not about speed. 2 factors decide who ends up on top of the podium: consumption and regularity. The goal is to drive from A to B in a precisely defined time and at the same time pay attention to consumption. For every 1/10 of a second the teams are over or below the target time, they get 1 penalty point.
It's about the line on the road because on the straight it's simple, but in the course you can go with the 3 curves. You can have, I don't know, 100 meters, 80 meters, and different line, it's 150 meters. So in a speed of 50, it is maybe different 2 seconds. And you must be precise on the 1/10 of the second.
To reduce consumption, recuperation is very important. Regenerative braking is the recovery of the kinetic energy released during braking or acceleration.
The goal is to no use brakes, only recuperation. because when you touch the brakes, you are wrong.
To determine the winner of the rally, 2 tables will be created, one for regularity and one for consumption. The respective winners receive 15 points, the second 12 points, and the third 10 and down to 10th place, which only receives 1 point. The points from both tables are added together, and the team with the most points is the happy winner. The Eco Rally de la Comunidad Valenciana 2022 is the 9th edition of the Spanish event and marks the 2022 FIA Eco Rally Cup curtain raiser, with 25 competitors tackling a route of almost 440 kilometers. The general rules for the FIA Eco Rally Cup also apply to the first event of the new season. Participants are strictly amateur drivers in unmodified electric cars. The result is determined by combining cruise regularity with their efficiency. The Cosmopolitan start list featured crews from Belgium, the Czech Republic, France, Italy, Poland, Slovenia, and Spain. It will be led out by Eneco Conde in his Kia Soul, along with his 2021 title-winning co-driver Lauren Serrano, who will be behind the wheel of a Jaguar E-Pace this time, and the Czech duo of Michal Zdarsky and Jakub Nabelek, who finished 3rd overall last season.
The organization here is one of the best in the championship. Morella is amazing place. The views are amazing. It's the same for the whole rally. Castellón is too very nice, and we like this place. We like to be here again, and we'll try our best.
In addition, outstanding drivers from other disciplines are also taking part, such as the 2-time World Rally champion Luis Moya. Similarly of note was the participation of former Spanish rally champion Luis Clement, the Lexus UX 250H driver contesting the Energías Alternativas category in the domestic series. At the FIA Eco Rally Cup, everything is done with the environment in mind. For this reason, the organizers have worked hard to develop 2 complete charging infrastructures at 2 different locations, which can be operated simultaneously. The initial charging infrastructure was installed as in 2021 at the Renomar power station in Els Ports, which concentrates the energy produced by the wind farms located in the region. The second charging installation was located in Plaza de España in Castellón and consisted of 20 units with a total of 40 charging points. In both infrastructures, a total of 108 charging operations were carried out for the different participating vehicles. In all cases, My Recarga carried out full monitoring and continuous control around the clock to verify proper operation and thus determine the total energy consumption at the end of the test. Among the figures analyzed, it's worth highlighting the savings in atmospheric emissions avoided, which amount to 1 ton of CO2, with an average of around 500 kilos per day. Not only the eco-balance was excellent, but also the performances shown. The first stage started in Morella, the capital of the Castellón region in Els Ports. It was 130 kilometers long, almost 80 of which were covered only by the planned regularity route, the longest in the International Championship.
This is the first time for us to be here in Spain, and we see that really here are very strong teams. So honestly said, we don't have very much expectations. We want to gain more experience.
The second day was divided into 2 sections, one in the morning and the other in the afternoon, and like on the first day, numerous municipalities were visited throughout the more than 300 kilometers scheduled. It was a really long day for the teams, starting in the morning and driving into the night. The second section did not end until 9 o'clock in the evening. But it was also a very exciting day. The results of the regularity classification showed that the reigning champion Eneco Conde was in second place behind Spanish driver Carlos Sagnese. But all the teams were very close in terms of points, so consumption would decide who wins the first Eco Rally of the year. On the last day, a special experience awaited the teams. They traveled to Grau de Castellón to enjoy a cooking show by Miguel Barrera. The chef of the Michelin-starred restaurant Cal Paradis prepared different dishes that allowed the national and international teams to experience Castellón's gastronomy firsthand. Afterwards, they celebrated the awards ceremony. In the end, Eneco Conde and co-pilot Lucas Sagnese won the first rally of the new season. They ranked second in both regularity and consumption and thus achieved the best result in the combination of the two values. Czech duo Miko Zdarsky and Jakub Nabalek finished in second position. Asturian pairing Carla Alvarez and Daniel Ramon completed the international podium. That's it for today. On our next episode of FIA Pure Motorsport, we'll present great Formula Regional action from Imola. We'll take a look at the great karting talents in Belgium. And we'll show you some spectacular hill climb racing from Portugal. Till next time, take care, everyone.